Sounds stupid though, you pay school fees, right? Leave your home country professors alone. As I'm talking to you, if you are working on a group project, they give a group project, don't assume that the other guy knows it, let him be doing it. And hi everyone, how are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing fine. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Aladi-Ada. You're highly welcome. I am an international student in the United States of America. Anyway, this video is actually advice, my experience, things I wish I knew. You know, it's just around something like that, okay? So I'm going to act as your big sister. I'm going to be advising you because you're about to start school this month and I want the best for you. I'm going to be sharing with you things that will be useful. Trust me. Please do not forget to like, comment, share. Let's get right into the video. The first point I'm going to start with is choosing your advisor, your major advisor. I don't know how it's done in other schools, but this video mostly is going to be about my personal experience. So I would say do more research, find out how it's done in your school. So I'm going to be using my own experience as a template. So when I got admission, I was assigned a temporary advisor, meaning this person just, you know, it is what it is, advisor. This person would help you to, you know, recommend the courses you're supposed to take to complete your degree, you know, kind of personalize everything for you. This professor will be there for you all the time. You know, any question you have, this is your go-to professor, like your guardian, but not guardian. I'm trying to make it make sense, okay? But you can Google to learn more what the role of a major advisor is. I'm just trying to make it informal here and all, so you kind of like get what I mean. Professor Z was assigned to me when I came, and you are expected once you come to school, I think, I don't know the duration, but at the point you're expected to find a professor you're going to be working with, especially if you're doing thesis. I think even non-thesis students, they have a committee usually. Is it true? I'm not sure. But if you're doing a thesis, best believe you are going to have a committee of at least 3 professors. Even undergraduate students, they have advisors as well, but I don't know how the advisor is chosen or and all that. I don't know how it's done, but undergrad students have advisors too. So if you're an undergrad student, go to the comment section and let us know how it was done during your time or how it's done. When I came on campus, because I knew I was going to do thesis, or I wanted to do thesis, so I knew I had to find a major advisor, because my temporary advisor, I don't know, maybe if your temporary advisor is doing what you're interested in, you can actually, you know, talk with him or her to see if they can become your major advisor. Basically, you have to make the move. But I have a friend, he was not the one who kind of like approached his advisor. His advisor approached him, so it could go either ways. For him, he's an exceptional student, very brilliant. So the professor saw his work and was like, I need to make this guy my student. So that was how his own happened, basically. But for me, I was the one who made the move. And how did I make this move? This is what I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Not every advisor is a good advisor. We have had horror stories, you know, students complaining that they do not like the advisors here and there. So I do not want you guys to be a victim. I took a class my advisor taught in my first semester. And mind you, I attend a lot of office hours, so it's a good way to know the professor. So if you're taking class in your first semester, I would advise, if you see a professor that you think you might like his research work, make sure you go to the school webpage to see their research areas, what they are working on, and to see if you like what they are doing before trying to, you know, you have to basically, when you are choosing, choose someone that their research interest aligns with yours, okay? Don't just go and choose for the sake of choosing, okay? Let there just be some similarities so that you can have what to leverage on when you are approaching your advisor. So after taking that class, and you know, when I was even taking that class, I was actually going for office hours looking at the way he treats and interacts with students. And I needed to be sure I was very comfortable with this person before choosing them as my advisor. So, and another thing, his research area was what I was interested in. Yeah, that was how it started. I was like, okay, this might be a good one. Then I had another professor as well that I loved his research area as well. I took note of that. Another thing I want you guys to note is that do you understand that professor? Do you understand their accents? You know, some of the professors might be international, some might be Americans too, you know, but you know, there are different types of American accents. Make sure any advisor you're going to be choosing, you're able to communicate clearly with them. You don't want to choose an advisor that you guys don't understand each other. Maybe they are saying something and you find it difficult to understand it. I would advise, when you are taking the class of that your potential advisor, make sure you are attending their office hours, having personal interactions with them, and see how they treat you and other students as well, and make sure that this person is someone you can work with. Okay, I know you can change advisor, but let's just leave that for today. But just make sure that you're able to interact with this person freely without holding anything back, you know, be able to explain yourself, your academic situation. That was how I did it, because I had gone for so many office hours. I kind of like understood how he spoke and everything. So I was like, well, and he was kind. Then I think, was it my third semester? Was it the third semester? I think, I'm not sure. I went to his office. That semester, I think I was still taking his class. I mean, I took my advisor's class every semester, I guess. So I just went to his office. I'm like, hi, Professor blah, blah, blah. You know, I've been reading about your research areas and I'm interested in what you're doing. This is my plan. This is what I want to do. And would you mind being my advisor? And then we had the conversation and he asked if I had any topic in mind, and he accepted. He was like, yeah. And it was even one of that time I came out of probation because I had proved myself to be a good student. And he was like, I'm proud of, in fact, before I even came to his office for that conversation, when I was taking his class, I think that particular semester, I was taking his class actually, and then after classes, he saw me. I think it was the first day of classes, and after the class was over, he came to me and he was like, you've proved yourself, you really did well, I'm proud of you. Yay! Because he knew my journey, because I had taken class with him my first semester, my second semester, and that was like the third semester, and he kind of knew me. Because I was a regular customer, I go to office hours like crazy. Once it's office hour, he already knew me because I'll be the first student to stand at the door. Okay, so I've talked so much about this choosing advisor, so you get the scope, you know, you get the gist. And that was how I had that conversation with him, and he was like, yeah, sure, we can work something out. And then that was how I talked to him as well. I told him I want to choose some other committee members, you know. I told him the professors, and he was like, yeah, you should talk to them. And that was how I talked to the other professors, like 2 other professors, and they were cool with it, and I got a committee. Make sure you have a connection with this person. Don't just go and choose anyhow. And I'll advise, I don't know, this is not me being mean or anything, but I would advise choosing someone that is not from your home country. You're coming to the US. I'm a Nigerian. I wouldn't want to choose a Nigerian advisor because I'm leaving my country. I want another experience, an international experience. So I would advise, you know, leave your home country professors alone. Find something different, okay? You're a Nigerian and maybe you can find an American professor, or you're from India, maybe try an American professor. Don't go for an Indian professor. You know, try the diversity. You're here for diversity's sake, okay? You left your country and you came here. I see many students, they come and they try to, you know, be so close to people from their home. Sometimes it doesn't end well. I'm not generalizing, but for the most part, the ones I've seen, it did not end well. So I would say step out of your comfort zone. Look for professors that are in other, you know, they're from other countries, okay? Experience the life, man. You left your country to come here, so be open to diversity and inclusion. Now, the second thing we're going to be talking about is making friends. Yay! How do you make friends as an international student? It can be awkward. Yay! You know, there are many kinds of friends, you know, the academic ones, the ones you party, and the ones that you party with, basically the church ones and you know. But let's start with the academic one, because you did not come to America to come and party. You came to study. So let's start with the academic friends. I'm going to be sharing my experience as usual, and I hope you learn from it. How did I make my friends, my academic friends? And, you know, they're beyond academic, but it started as academic friends. I'm a computer science and engineering major, right? So, like I said in my previous videos, I started with the computational sciences and robotics program. So in my first semester, I was in a robotics class, and okay, before then, let's just backtrack. Okay, one advice is make sure you attend the international students orientation and the graduate orientation. If you're an undergrad, make sure you attend the undergrad one, because it gets more intimate. You know, if you want to meet people better, it's better when you meet people that are in your circle. I don't know how to say, like, okay, they're in grad school, and then when you guys are introducing yourself, probably on that table or the table you're sitting, I don't know how they do it in your school, you might meet someone that it's in your department exactly, okay? So I think one of my friends, I met him at the grad orientation. We didn't become friends, you know, at that point, but we're introducing ourselves, and he introduced himself, and he said the course he was studying. I was like, that's the same course I'm going to be studying. Cool. It was just normal conversation, hi, hello, you know, all that stuff. But that gives you a chance to meet people. That's what I'm saying. So that was the first time I met him. And then we were allocated grad, or, you know, when you're a grad student and you're a teaching assistant, they usually give you like an office space. So the first office space I got it with my friend. He was not my friend at that point anyway, but we got the same office space. And then it was like, hey, when I came into the office, I greeted him, he greeted me, we kind of, you know, talked. His accent was very difficult for me to understand because he has American accent. Coming to America, I don't watch American movies. Even right now, I hardly watch movies. I'm not even a movie person, so it was like real life experience listening to this accent. Even my professor, I could not understand his accent the first week. So I was like, well, once they say anything, I'm like, it was a struggle to understand the accent, because how do you make friends with people when you cannot even understand them speak? Back to the story. So I was in a robotics class. That was one of the first class I took in my first semester. So we finished that class, and the professor even gave a homework. And for the love of God, like, I have never ever done robotics in my entire life. That was the first time, and I was in a robotics class. And I did not know what I was doing. It was like they were speaking jargons, okay? I did not understand. So after class, I knew it was time to shoot my shot. I think, was it after lectures or during lectures or before lectures? I don't know, one of them. But I was just looking around the class. I was just gauging people with my eyes, like, who can I just, you know? You're sampling people with your eyes, like, you know, who would be easy to approach. Yes, I'm going to talk to you. I went to a random guy in the class. After classes, I went to him. The guy was on glasses and all that stuff. Like, this guy looks smart, so maybe he can help, you know, teach me some of the things the professor said. And I was like, hi. I can't even remember the exact words, but Aladi, you have mine, do. I was like, excuse me, please. I just started a conversation, basically, like, oh, the assignment, you know, the homework, like, okay, what is this? What did they say? Did you the Python? You know, I started a conversation based on what we learned that day, I guess. So, and that was it. And the guy was like, don't worry, we can meet in so place and I can explain stuff to you. That was it. I was like, thank you so much. Then I think we had a meeting, and then he, you know, helped. He taught me. There was a board there, and he showed me what I wanted. And I wouldn't call him like a friend, but, you know, I mean, he was a classmate and he was helpful. But then I needed somebody that I could, you know, study more with. They were teaching more stuff in that class. You know, today we'll be doing mathematics. Tomorrow we are doing mechanical engineering. Tomorrow we are doing physics. Tomorrow electrical engineering. The next one, we're doing computer science. Another day we're doing so robotics is just a mixture of so many things. Especially it was an introduction to robotics class, so it was a whole lot going on. That was how I started interacting with my friend whom at that time was not my friend, but we're sharing office space, and we got talking, and he was a really nice guy. Like, I have never seen someone as nice as that guy. Gosh, like, I don't want to mention his name, but if you mistakenly watch this video, you know yourself. Thank you so much. Like, I'm so grateful. That was how I even made friends with his family, his mom, his dad, sister, grandma, everyone. They became my family. Even like they'll ask about my own parents, and my parents will ask about them. I will go to their house during the weekend. They were so kind. I did not have a car, right? But they'll come pick me up, and then we'll go to their house, we'll study together. The guy was very good with math and computer science, so I learned mostly how to think like a programmer from him, because when like they'll teach in the class, right? So we'll have exercises on the test book. Like, they are not homework basically, but it's just, you know, when you finish studying something, you just want to test your knowledge. So you look at the exercises at the back of the chapter, and then you try to solve them. So I'll try, sometimes I attempt them, but it doesn't just come naturally to me, especially the programming exercises. But I will see the way he will process it, he will approach it. I'm like, damn, like that was how I basically started learning more. And show me your friend and I'll tell you. So even, you know, remember when I said I was on academic probation, in that story I talked about my, you know, my first winter break. I did not do anything. I did not even celebrate Christmas. On Christmas Day I was studying with my friend on that day, because he was the one helping me through that exercises I decided to do on my own. He would just make me think. If I got stuck or anything, he would make me, like, you know, when someone makes you brainstorm. So that was the kind of friend I had. So I would suggest, you know, approaching people. Don't be rude. I've approached people that, you know, they were like, girl, what's your problem? What's your problem? Like, you know, that attitude. It's not like they said it, but you know that this person is not welcoming at all. What do? You dust yourself and move on. Try your luck, okay? But before you try your luck, don't just try it on every random person, but make sure you're observing people in class. I made other friends as well, but this particular one stood out the most, okay? Let me read out the steps for you that I wrote here. So first thing, make sure you go to grad student orientation or undergrad, whatever. Just attend the orientations. Introduce yourself, your course of study, because you might meet someone, or someone might tell you, oh, I'm studying the same thing, you know. That's how it begins. And then when you're in class, sample people's faces, you know, look around and find somebody. Meet people after class, say hi, start a conversation about a homework or what was taught in class on that day. Attend social events. You know, when you come to school, there will be all these welcome party for new students. There will be something here and there. Go there, meet people, okay? Interact. That's how you meet people, basically. And as well, in my school, they had something they called, they have an organization that is called the International Student Inc. So every Friday they have a party. I've probably shown you guys, I've shown you guys a video of how it looks like. It's a time for you to socialize, you know, meet people. So every Friday they have that party in my school. So I attend sometimes when I'm free. I attend to cool off, you know, meet people. You might meet fellow countrymen. If you're Nigerian, if you're Ghanaian, you meet people. I met Ghanaians there. I met Nigerians. I met Congolese, like different. Is it Congolese? Yeah. So different Indians, Bangladesh. You know, it's Bangladeshi. People from Bangladesh. Oh gosh, Aladi, you're disgracing yourself. But yeah, basically. Also, I didn't even talk about it. I made cool friends. I made another friend, my Indian friend. I know you've probably seen him on this channel. I have an Indian friend too. Like, you know, I met him. Where did you even meet? Did we meet in class or a grad? I think it was a grad. I met him on Facebook. Yes, before I came to the US, I met him on Facebook. Can you beat that? I was searching for students in my school and then I found him on Facebook, added him. Even one of my friends from Bangladesh too, I added him on Facebook, started chatting with them. I also met another friend whom I added from Facebook that is Nigerian too, but these people, they are in different departments. Why am I screaming? But so yeah, I met these people on Facebook and then I came to school. I told them, I'm here already, like I'm here, let us meet up. So basically, you can meet people in different ways. Or start searching. When I was in Nigeria, I started making friends already before I even came here. So you can't. Can you beat that? Now let's talk about homework, group projects, exams, midterm, all those things. Let's talk about them. This is really not my first time advising. Check the description box. I'm going to put links of other videos that you should watch that would help you as an international student. Okay, first thing, you've heard me say this a lot. Start the first day that homework is assigned. One thing you should know here, that it's possible to get 100% on your homework. Okay, I was really surprised, like I have said before, that the first time I got my homework back, I'm like, wow, 100, really? And if you're able to clear all your homework and get like 100 in all of them, you've secured about 30 to 40% of your grade, because they take them really seriously. So if you can get that, you just have like 60% or 70% to work hard for. Some courses are different anyway, because like I said, some classes, 93 is what is A, 83 is B, 73 is C, you know, stuff like that. So if you're able to secure 40 to 30% on your homework, then it will be a lot easier for you to get an A, because remember, you cannot lose more than 7 to 10 points if you want to have an A. Imagine over 100. So you really want every point. Fight for every point like your life depends on it. It actually does, okay? in school, it actually does, okay? Start on the first day. That's the trick. Start. And the first day, it's not like you need to actually do the work. Just read the homework, digest it, especially for computer science. If it's a coding assignment, you really need to understand what they are asking you to do. And if I'm advising you again, if you're going to write a program, I would suggest get a pen and paper. What you are going to be coding, write them down. Do them by hand. You know, imagine them, like imagine it, okay? Because this helps you to understand what you are going to tackle. Because if you just get the coding homework and you just go straight to your laptop, you do not even like, no, it always, most times it will end in tears, hot tears, because you might miss some of the specification and stuff. So first day, generally take the time to read the homework and understand it. And if you don't understand it, the next day, that's where it comes in. Go to the professor, go to their office hour, okay? Some professors, they have office hour, I think 3 times in a week. So make sure you check for the time your professor will be available. And even if they don't have office hours, some professors are kind enough that they have this open door policy. You can go to their office and just enter. Some of them have open door, you know, once my door is open, you come in, okay? And some of them are like, send me an email, we can work something out. Make sure you are doing that. You have paid school fees, okay? So if they are being kind like that, reciprocate by using the kindness. When you do that and then you meet the professor, because this is something that I've done personally, I will go to the professor and tell them, okay, I do not understand this, you know, what do you mean? Be clear, come to me, tell me, what are you asking me to do? Don't do it like that, oh. Don't do it like that, oh. Don't try it, that's rough play. Just tell them, oh, I read this and I'm not clear. I was, you know, there's this English they used to use here very well. I was wondering if you meant this. You know, that's how you ask people. You don't have to say, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean here? You just say, hello, Professor XYZ. I was wondering what, just, you know, that kind, you know, you start like that. You know what I'm saying? And why I'm saying this is because if you wait till the last day, rush hour. I was a teaching assistant too, so I used to see how Friday used to be, because some homework they're due on Friday, and if you see how students used to line up in the professor's office, hey, hey, they might not get to you, because most time they will come like that. We'll try to help as many as we can, but when our time is up, sometimes we spend more time. There was one time I tried it. I spent 7 hours helping students on a due date. I'm like, I went home with headache. I could not move. I was like, never again will I try this. No, never. You might not get help, okay? Your TA will just bounce. They will bounce. Your professor will bounce too, because his office hour is probably just 1 hour and you want to use 5 hours. No. My battery died and I am back again. So if the gist did not rhyme or it's not rhyming, know that battery died. And I am filming again. So let's get back to it. But I think the last thing I said was that you should avoid rush hours, right? Yes. I think that was it. I'm not sure. Anyway, so let me tell you guys the official tips that I have on my notes. The first tip here is start the homework the same day. First of all, read the homework. Make sure you understand what the professor is asking you to do. Number 2, if you do not understand, go to the office hour the next day. Avoid last minute, because a lot of students will need help at that time. Number 3, chat with your course mates. Ask them what they think about the homework. You know, be careful, because there's a thin line between plagiarism, you know, things you can do and things you cannot do. Academic integrity, yeah, that's what they call it. So be careful. Read the course code of conduct and make sure you know which discussions are allowed and which one are not allowed, because actually there are some things you cannot discuss with your course mates, because if you do, you have violated the academic integrity code. Okay, so make sure you are checking out what is right and what is not right, because you cannot chat about everything about your homework with your course mates, but there are some things you can ask them. Okay, so I think that's a good way, you know, ask, and then ask your professors as well. Number 4, group projects. Make sure you are contributing. There is usually contributing. There is usually a review at the end of the project. Yeah, if you did not know, let me tell you now. As I'm talking to you, if you are working on a group project, they give a group project, don't assume that the other guy knows it, let him be doing it, and then you take the back seat. Do not take the back seat in a group project, okay? Because it is very dangerous. It is dangerous, okay? When you guys are done with the project, you guys are going to review each other anonymously to the professor, and it's only the professor that can see what your teammates they are saying about you. So if your project partner says something bad about you, you know, that you were not contributing, that they did the bulk of the work, red flag, you might not get credit for that project. So you want to make sure you are contributing 100% to the project. You are showing up for all the group meetings, because in computer science, we used to have all the software engineering projects, like 4 people in one group. There's like 3 people, 2 people, depending on what homework it is. Number 5 here is never submit an empty sheet during exam. I learned the hard way. Write something always, whether it makes sense or not. Let me explain. If you are writing an exam, and when you are writing that exam and you're like, I'm not sure about this, I don't know, write what you think, write it there. You might get, they have what they call here partial credits, okay, where even if you did not answer it 100% to, you know, you might get like 1 or 2 credits for attempting and doing some little stuff. So don't even leave it blank, because if you leave it blank, it's hard for the professor. You make it hard for them, because even if they want to help you, there is no way they can manufacture points on something that is blank. You have a blank sheet, so it's automatically 0. But if you write something, they might read through it, there might be a little bit of sense in it, and they might add some points for you. They might give you like 1 or 2 points. So I would say, do not, in no circumstance should you submit an empty sheet. Never do that. Never do that. It is not nice, okay? Write something. Just write something. It has worked. It works. Even if you are not sure, how are you sure it's not the correct thing? You keep doubting yourself, self-doubt. You keep doubting yourself, and you're like, I don't want to sound stupid. Sound stupid though. You pay school fees, right? If you know it, you will not be here. Is it if you knew it, or you will not be here, okay? So make sure you are writing something, okay? Do not submit a blank sheet. I cannot overemphasize. Then the final thing we're talking about is party. Going to party. Make sure you're attending parties, okay? Do not kill yourself. Oh. Do not kill yourself. Even me, that the life was doing me boost. It's still doing me till now, but I cannot come and kill myself. I cannot tie the word to my chest. So I went to all these, little parties here and there, African parties, Nigerian parties, anyone that I see, I jump on it. It's not like I was attending parties all the time, because you hardly see all these African parties, but whenever they have it, man, I try not to miss it. I try to go because, the gbedu is good, because there's African food, African music, and stuff like that. So cheer up. And if there is any party in school too, like official party, like all these homecoming, all those kind of fun stuff, just attend. And you need a break, because your mental health is at stake once you sign up for school. It's at stake, because there's so much going on in that little mind. Anywho, thank you guys for watching today's video. If you have any tips, and please let me know in the comment section. Share them so that other students can learn from your experience. I remain your host, Aladi-Ada. Do not forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. If you enjoyed today's video, say Aladi, God bless you, I love you. Okay, bye.